It starts with something small. A folded envelope tucked deep inside an old wooden drawer. Inside, neat stacks of bills, each wrapped in paper bands, each marked with a pencil note. Rent, groceries, emergencies. My grandmother never spoke much about money, but she lived by quiet rules that built a kind of security most people today would envy. This is what inspired Grandma's money secrets, old-school saving tips for quiet wealth. At first glance, her habits might seem outdated in a world of digital banks, contactless payments, and flashy investment apps. But when you look closer, her old-fashioned ways reveal lessons that feel more urgent now than ever. While today's culture often celebrates loud money, designer brands, quick flips, and viral finance hacks, Grandma's wealth was different. It was patient, silent, and deeply intentional. She never bragged, but she owned her home outright and always had enough set aside for surprises. This video is about rediscovering money wisdom that still works in 2025. Because sometimes, the smartest future is hidden in the quietest past. Now, the mindset of quiet wealth. Quiet wealth is not about showing off. It is about building a life where money works silently in the background. Many grandparents practiced this without even calling it a strategy. They lived modestly, avoided debt, and made choices that gave them freedom instead of stress. Think of it this way: loud money buys luxury cars, designer bags, and endless upgrades. Quiet wealth buys peace of mind. It means paying bills on time, sleeping without money worries, and knowing you can handle emergencies without panic. Psychologists call this the power of financial security. Studies show people who feel safe with money live longer, healthier, and happier lives. Our grandparents often created this by sticking to habits, like saving first, spending later, that protected them from uncertainty. In a world filled with social media pressure and rising debt, quiet wealth feels almost radical. Yet it may be the most powerful kind of wealth today. Before we dive into Grandma's powerful money rules, I'd highly recommend that you subscribe to this channel if you want practical tips on saving more, living frugally, and cutting costs without feeling deprived. I upload new videos every day with strategies that help you stretch your money further and build lasting financial freedom, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Grandma's hidden rules for building wealth. Our grandmothers didn't sit with spreadsheets or financial apps. Yet somehow, they managed money in ways that still surprise us today. These weren't just rules. They were survival skills that turned into secret wealth builders and financial resilience. 1. The envelope economy. Before debit cards and online transfers, many grandmothers lived by the envelope rule. It wasn't just budgeting, it was psychology. Each envelope carried not just money, but intention. One for groceries, one for rent, one for unexpected doctor visits. Here's the secret. This wasn't about restricting life. It was about making money visible. With cash, you could feel it leaving your hand, making every choice real. Studies today show people spend 20 to 30% more when paying digitally compared to cash. Grandma already knew that. Today, this rule lives on in modern form, digital pots or vaults inside apps. But the wisdom is the same. Separate your money, name it, and protect it. It turns spending into a conscious act, not an automatic swipe. Grandma's envelopes weren't just paper, they were her quiet guardrails against chaos. 2. Quiet investing. Patience over prediction. Grandma wasn't chasing the hottest stock or betting on quick profits. She believed in steady ground, savings bonds, bank certificates, or safe accounts. To outsiders, it looked boring, but to her it was power. Here's the secret. Her money grew slowly, almost invisibly, but it grew consistently. Today, many chase meme stocks, crypto hype, or risky trades, forgetting that the real miracle is compound interest. Grandma knew that wealth was not built by guessing the next big thing, but by letting time do its quiet work. Her patience was her greatest investment tool. In an age of financial noise, her silence was strategy. 3. Small luxuries, big delays. Grandma loved nice things, but she rarely rushed to get them. A dress for a wedding? She'd save for months. A new sofa? Maybe a year. For her, waiting wasn't suffering. It was part of the joy. This is the opposite of today's buy now, pay later culture, which has exploded worldwide. Companies tempt us with instant access, but the hidden cost is debt that eats into future paychecks. Grandma's method turned every purchase into a celebration because she had earned it twice, once by saving, and once by enjoying it debt-free. Psychologists call this delayed gratification, and science proves it leads to better financial outcomes. The longer you wait, the more satisfaction you feel. Our grandmothers may not have known the science, but they lived it daily. In a time when speed is sold as happiness, Grandma's quiet delays built not only wealth, but also deeper joy. 3. Hidden wealth in homegrown habits. Many grandmothers saw their gardens as more than hobbies. Tomatoes, herbs, beans, or even simple potatoes weren't just food, they were hidden savings accounts. Every harvest meant fewer trips to the store, lower bills, and healthier meals. Fast forward to today, food prices are rising globally, and people are once again turning to balcony gardens, hydroponics, and home cooking hacks on TikTok. What looks trendy now was everyday common sense back then. Grandma's lesson wasn't about farming, it was about self-reliance. Every homegrown habit, whether sewing, baking bread, or making soap, kept money in the family pocket. Quiet wealth often begins at home, not in the stock market. 4. Repair before replace. Grandma didn't see broken as useless. A torn shirt was stitched, a squeaky chair was tightened, a dull knife was sharpened. Repair wasn't just about saving, it was about respecting what she had. Today, this mindset feels almost revolutionary. The modern economy encourages us to throw things away and buy new. Yet, global trends are shifting back. Repair cafes, sustainable fashion, and resale platforms prove people are rediscovering the value of fixing instead of dumping. Grandma's rules saved money and cut waste long before sustainability was a buzzword. Repair wasn't a chore, it was wealth preservation. It's easy to think Grandma's money habits were just old-fashioned, but modern research shows they were built on timeless psychology. Take the envelope system. Behavioral scientists call this mental accounting, the idea that people make better choices when money is divided into clear categories. Today, apps copy this method because studies prove it reduces overspending and increases savings rates. Or look at delayed gratification. In the famous marshmallow test, children who could wait for a second treat grew up to have better financial habits. Grandma didn't need a lab test. She lived it every time she saved for something instead of buying on credit. Even her repair before replace rule matches modern sustainability research. Studies show repairing instead of discarding reduces stress about money and gives people a sense of control. Grandma's quiet rules weren't random traditions. They matched deep human psychology that still applies in our digital world. In fact, as money gets more invisible, swipes, taps, subscriptions, her methods feel more powerful than ever. Quiet wealth in today's noisy world. Today's world shouts about money. Social media is filled with designer sneakers, luxury cars, and get-rich-quick advice. It creates pressure to spend loudly, even if it means borrowing or drowning in credit card debt. But Grandma's secrets show us another path, one that fits surprisingly well with today's challenges. With inflation rising, housing costs soaring, and digital debt traps growing, quiet wealth feels less like nostalgia and more like survival. Using digital envelopes in banking apps to stop impulse spending. Choosing slow, long-term investing like index funds over risky meme stocks. None of these habits go viral. They don't sparkle on Instagram, but they build stability, freedom, and resilience, things flashy wealth often fails to provide. In a noisy financial world, Grandma's wisdom is like a volume knob. It turns down the distractions so we can focus on what really matters: security, freedom, and peace of mind. For Grandma, money was never just about her. Every coin saved, every habit practiced, was part of a larger story, one meant to be passed down. She wasn't building flashy wealth, she was building stability for her children and grandchildren. This kind of legacy wasn't only in dollars. It was in lessons: how to budget, how to wait, how to live within limits. Today, many families talk about passing wealth, but forget the real gift is financial literacy. Stories, not just numbers, create the culture of money that lasts for generations. In the quiet of her home, Grandma never preached about money. She simply lived her rules: patient, careful, steady. Decades later, we see that those small choices added up to something powerful: quiet wealth. Now the question is ours. Do we follow the noisy path of fast spending and faster debt? Or do we return to habits that look simple but create freedom? Maybe the smartest future isn't in the newest hack or app, but in the wisdom already waiting in our family stories. The real secret is not just saving money, it's saving the lessons that money can teach. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.